In this video, we're going to look a little bit more about methods and hierarchy in Java. So far, here is what our Java hierarchy looks like. At the top is a class. A class can contain one or more methods, and a method can contain one or more statements. Above class, you can have packages in the Java hierarchy. Packages are groups of related classes, and a package can contain classes with methods that solve a related problem. So let's go back to week 2 when we were looking at the alien class example, and there was an alien class. But what if I was writing a game? Is it enough just to be able to instantiate an alien? No, because I've got a player, so I need a player class. I've got a blockade, so I need a blockade class. I may need a class for weapons. All of those classes are grouped together to make this game. They're grouped together in a package. You may have noticed in NetBeans when you create a new project, it automatically assigns a package name to that project. I just opened a project in NetBeans, and when I created this project, I called the class Accumulator Example 1. Up on line 2, NetBeans automatically created a package for that project. In NetBeans, as you add more and more classes to a project, so I had my advanced class create a card game of war, and notice here is the package name, but here are some other classes that I have. So I have a class that represents the deck of cards, and it's in the same source code. If I come open the deck of cards by double clicking on it, you will see it has the same package, War Card Game. I have a class called Card, War Card Game. So that's what a package is, just a group of related classes. Next question. Is there anything above package in the Java hierarchy? And yes, there is. There's the library. And you looked at that in week 1. What is a library? So a library holds a whole collection of packages. When you installed Java, there was a .zip file called source.zip in the root folder. And in that is the standard Java library. And that standard Java library automatically gave you a bunch of Java packages. And each of those packages, again, has a number of classes. Here is a hierarchy. There's way more than this, but here are some useful packages in the standard Java library. So the standard Java library is at the top. A library can have many packages. In the standard Java library, we have a package called lang for language, util, classes for networking, and AWT, and that's classes to make graphical user interfaces like a panel or a button. That standard Java library we'll call Java, lowercase. When you want to access a certain package from the standard Java library, you're going to write Java dot, say lang, or Java dot util. Some of the commonly used packages, java.lang. Every class in java.lang is automatically available for you. So you've already done system.out.println. So we are automatically have those classes for us. You primitive data types, the string class, the math class. We're going to talk more about that shortly. How about Java util? Java util has date and time, miscellaneous classes like random number generator, and the thing that we're going to start this week, which is the impetus for this video, is the scanner object. That is inside of java.util. Unfortunately, it's not automatically available for you like the java.lang class is. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. So how do I use that scanner class? The scanner class is going to get input for you, and obviously we need input. So how do you do that? Let's look at the hierarchy here in this graphic. We've got the java.lang packages. Inside of that are classes, and math is one of the classes we're going to look at this week. Inside the math class, we have methods. We have a method called sign, cosine. You probably know those trigonometric functions, a method called load. Here is our Java util package. Inside of there is a class called scanner. And the scanner has methods such as nextInt and hasNext. More on that later. We have a stack class. It has a method called addElement and remove. We have this math class inside of java.lang. You can very specifically reference that in the hierarchy, java.lang.math. Notice math is a class, we have uppercase, but the package and the library name are lowercase. So we have a class called double, java.lang.double. We have a class called scanner in util. Now that you know a little bit about the hierarchy of Java libraries, we're going to talk about importing and knowing the class path. If there's a method that you need in one of the Java classes, you need to know that hierarchy in order to use it. Let's take a look at this sign method. This sign method is in the math class. So in order to use it, you will need to indicate a full path. Java is the top of the hierarchy, .lang is the package, .math is the class, .sign is the method, and of course in the parentheses you will put your arguments. So here, this is the class path. Very much like a directory, right, in Windows. So here's an example of using that in a program. So assigning a double value, x is 11.5, and value equals, there's that path, and taking the sign of x there. That's quite a lot to type. We've got a shortcut for you. If you find that you're going to be using a certain class in one of the libraries that's not the default library, you can import that class using the import statement. The import statement simply goes import and then you put your class path here. But note where we're going to put it at. We're going to put it before our class name. So it goes in between your package name, which I do not show here, but below your package name, but above your class name. I need to use the math class. By the way, since Lang is already, java.lang is already defaulted into all of your programs, you really do not need to import the math class, but this is an example of an import statement. Now, that Lang package actually has a lot of classes in it. This could be importing, I could import java.lang.math and the double class and the integer class. All of them are classes in the Lang package, and here's a few more in the util package. But if you want to import all of the classes, you can use this shortcut, java.util.star. And if you know anything about the command line prompt, you know star is a wildcard character. So include all of the classes in util. Don't do this if you only need one class in util. But if you're thinking there are several classes you need in util, you can import them all at once. The exception, once again, all classes in the java.lang package are automatically included in every Java program, so you do not need to do import.java.lang.math or anything in the Lang. It's already there. In summary, you can use a class inside the Java library by calling the method with the long path in your statement itself, or you can import the class and then you will be using the methods without needing that entire class path.